Welcome to the Brothers Chat podcast where we discuss everything, anything football. I'm Taiwo, as most of you already know. We've got Richard, Bruno Fernandez FC. What you saying, my bro? You covering your ears, mate?
Bruno.
Hey, I've got headphones in, so you need to just calm it down a little bit.
Bruno. Let's go.
You never listen. And we've got Boaz. We've got Boaz. We've got Boaz, the disgruntled Chelsea fan who just looks like he's lost in the waters right now. You look like you're drowning, mate. You're right over there.
I'm good. Yeah, Chelsea forever.
Forever, yeah, until you die, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Don't make them do this to you. But we're gonna get into it. We are in game week 17, I think. So many weeks I can't even keep track. But yeah, we're gonna start off with Friday's evening fixture. Man United beat Aston Villa. Before we get into the game itself, do you want to get into the starting 11, Richard, and let me know what you thought the team that Oli selected?
I thought it was the right team. I don't think there was anyone in that team and I thought, I can't bear this. You know what I mean? It was a good lineup.
Yeah.
I think it was tailor made for a game like Villa, because obviously Villa love to attack as well. They're not a team that would love to just sit back all game or. So I think they love a game, innit? They love to give a good game. So
they're gonna try and take the game to you.
Yeah, and we got exactly what we got. Entertainment, innit? We got entertainment from that game. So any neutral, they'd be like, that was a really good game from both sides. So yeah, man. Credit Oli on that lineup.
Yeah, I was trying to work out what formation we were playing, whether it was a diamond or 4-2-3-1. It looked like 4-2-3-1 with Pogba on the left, the Rashford on the right, Martial up front, and obviously Fred McTominay in the pivot, as per usual, or as people like to call them on social media, McFred. And then, I'd have to agree with you as well. They're a decent pair, and they almost make a CDM if you put them together. So they just about get away with it. But when we get into the game itself, what did you think?
I just thought it was just good, really good entertainment from both sides. I think Aston Villa are they're a quality team. They gave as much as they could do in it, like especially with a man like
Lord Grealish.
Well, he was bossing
like to call him.
He was bossing it in that game. For me, it just seemed like a really good audition to come to OT. So
hey, I see the
snapshot. He's done it before. It wasn't the first time he's come to OT and bossed it. So
I saw the snapshot. Trying to cut you off. I saw the snapshot of him and Pogba. I'm like, hey, if you want to come, you're here. Just saying, you look good in red. You look good in red. But Boaz, I'll come to you. From what you saw, what did you think of the match itself? How would you describe it?
Yeah, it was a good game.
Don't hate, yeah.
Richard, that's your job.
Gotta keep it subjective, my friend. We do.
It was a decent game. Both teams came to get some points, I think. Man United played well, good performance. I think you probably dominated the match, to be fair. You just edged it. Aston Villa went down fighting. I think they almost had a chance towards the end of the game as well to get the 1 point. But yeah, you guys came up with the 3 points, and I guess you're happy about that.
Great.
To be fair, we had a good game. I feel like it was balanced. I feel like Villa gave as good as they got. So if they equalised, you probably couldn't complain too much, unless you're a United fan, obviously. But yeah, I think it was a really good game. Both teams had chances. De Gea made a few saves. But Man United are rolling. And Pogba. Let's talk about Pogba's performance.
Pogba is up there. Like, this is probably some of the best football he's played in a long time. For me, it looked like Pogba was playing in the front shirt. That's what it looks like.
Is Pogba arguably our best left midfielder? Because he was moving.
He was
mad.
brazy. He was looking brazy yesterday. So
he was moving mad. Can't lie. That little roaming position where he was roaming about doing his thing.
Exactly.
So I mean, it was tailor-made for him.
He was really good yesterday. I think if I had to nitpick, it would literally just be his finishing. But
yeah.
Other than that,
the more he gets into it, then
yeah, he'll get into his groove. And it's things like that make you think like we could win the league because our best players are now coming on form now, and now we're leading. We're going into a part of the season where we're going to be playing at Liverpool. We're going to be playing City. You want these players to be on form, ready for them kind of games, and for me, it looks like they're ready for it now. So
it looks like they're coming into it at the right time, and we discussed it in the last pod. Like, we could be a dangerous team because not all our players had been on form up until this point. Obviously, we had Bruno that gets the numbers. Rashford, his output is really good, but a lot of players are playing within themselves. So that's why I was happy that Martial scored. So hopefully he can carry that over.
Yeah.
Pogba had a really good game, arguably man of the match, beside Bailly. So yeah, I was going to ask the next question. Do you think Pogba primarily, we'll just stick with Pogba, do you think he can be an integral part if Man United are looking to win trophies this year? I'm not going to say the league because I'm trying to keep myself away from that.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it 100%. I think I was saying this. I think it wasn't even the Villa game. It was part of the Villa game as well. I thought if we had to win this game, like it wouldn't be from Bruno. It would literally be from Pogba because arguably, so Pogba is technically better footballer than Bruno, really and truly. Like some games.
Now you said that on camera because people might not believe you when I tell them.
Like technical ability, he's better than Bruno in it. But that's the thing. Sometimes like to win games, Pogba can win games. And sometimes if Bruno's having a bad game, you need someone like Pogba, like against Villa, to step up.
This is it.
Yeah, it's great. I think this would be Pogba's best season. I think I've got a feeling this is going to be Pogba's best season. Not just about the goal contributions or the assists, but all around, like he'll be playing his best football this season. I think
if he stays.
Yeah, I think he'll probably. It's been stated that he's going to leave in the summer. I think it was Romano that came out with it. Yeah. But if we can get at least one good season out of him, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah, because you never know. Players like him, it's not the club. It's not the club. It's the fact that he's not winning anything. That's why he wants to leave. So if we do win the league, he could change his mind and be like, you know what, United, we've got a good thing going on here. Why would he leave? So I think
footballers can change their mind depending on what direction the club are going in. Say they win a title, you never know what could happen. But I'm content with the fact that he might leave. But I just want us to get the best of Pogba whilst we still have him. Let's just enjoy it. We know what he's capable of. We know what he can do. So let's just reap the rewards of it, and hopefully he can lead us to a title. What title that is, I don't know. But
but if it's not that,
we'll see.
But then his price is definitely going up.
Oh, so 100%.
That means we could literally, if we could sell him and spend them peas on Grealish, and I don't think
mate, one can only dream. One can only dream, man. But I mean, Boaz, what did you think of Pogba's performance? I'll put the question to you.
Actually, before I answer the question, someone's got a TV on in the background.
Oh, that's me still.
Which I can hear.
That might be Richard still.
Is it yours?
No, I'm quiet all over here.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
okay, my TV was pretty quiet. Sorry, boys.
In answer to the question, Pogba had a really good game. To be fair, I think he just gave it his all in the match. Like, It's a shame he didn't get a goal. He had a few chances,
Yeah,
but he did get the
yeah,
penalty.
yeah.
But
Do
yeah,
you think
like he
Douglas Luiz is
was,
still? Sorry. Do you think
yeah, like he. Sorry,
Sorry, but I was going to say, do you think Douglas Luiz is still crying about
He's still
the
crying
penalty
about it. He's
decision?
on Twitter.
it was a penalty
Because
though.
Give me a break.
this is what I don't really understand. It was a penalty. He made the contact. The
It was a
fact
soft
that
one.
it was
He made
soft, very soft.
He made the
But
contact for Pogba to then kick himself.
exactly. And if you see it, because I saw it in Match of the Day yesterday, I didn't even see it. He actually clipped his leg
Yeah.
before Pogba clipped his own leg.
Yeah, you got to watch it from the right angle. You got to watch it from the
It's
right
getting
angle.
to the point where you've got footballers posting it on social media, complaining about where the game is going with VAR or whatever. I don't even know what he said. What did he say exactly? Something along them lines. But sorry, Boaz, carry on.
But no, yeah, he had a good game. He was even solid, like defensively as well, winning the ball back, producing stuff from quite deep as well. Yeah, like it was a really solid performance. I think he's had a really good kind of run of games recently. And yeah, I guess for Man United fans, so may it continue.
Definitely.
Pogba's
Okay.
so thin. So I'm telling you.
Wow, Richard, you
Never thought I'd see the day where
You flip and
Richard is
flop.
cheering Pogba's name.
No, you know what? Yeah.
You know what, Richard? You stay on Team Bruno.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, you picked your side.
There's two players in this Man United team, yeah, that I always get onto, yeah, because I know how what they're capable of.
Here we go. He's gonna try and justify it.
I know what they're capable of. On form, yeah, Pogba and Rashford, yeah, look like two completely different players. They look like two different completely players. Trust me.
No, Richard, you picked your side. You picked your side. Your Team Bruno.
Rashford on
you
form.
Stay on your side.
Rashford on form.
On your side, mate.
Is like a beat at Ronaldo, isn't it? He looks like Ronaldo sometimes.
See, this is where you were going well, and then you just have to ruin them. Just have to ruin it.
When he's on form, yeah, he does look like he watched a Ronaldo compilation before he came out to that bitch.
Like, whatever you got to do to motivate yourself, but we don't go as far as saying beat at Ronaldo. I think that's a little bit over the top.
Because no one could be as good as Ronaldo. I'm saying that's what I'm just trying to say. No one will be as good as him. But
hey, as long as he's Rashford, as long as he's my Rashford, I'm cool. Don't need to be Ronaldo. Rashford's his own person, man.
I get Ronaldo back.
Luther
Ronaldo back. I know what
Rashford. Yeah, Ronaldo. He's Martin Luther Jr. Don't you listen? But we'll get on to another player who had an equally good game, if not better, in terms of how the game went. Eric Bailly.
Hey,
best
defender in the league.
Hey, games like that, you can't.
He's better than
Van Dijk, come outside.
I'm never joking. I'm never joking. He can be. On his day, he's better than Van Dijk.
Ability-wise, he can do everything. He can come out.
He's got pace. He's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much else, but the only thing is, can he stay fit? That's always been the problem with Bailly. He hasn't ever been about his ability. It's just about whether he can stay fit and get into a run of consistency. Because this is the first time he's played 4 games in a row since 2017, which is crazy.
Yeah. Because he's made out of glass. That's the thing with him. I remember there was one bit in the game when he was laying down on his back. Yeah. And we thought, oh my God, here we go again. He's on the floor. He's on the floor. But he got up.
Seen it before.
And yeah, that's the thing. He gives me heart attacks, bro. He makes me panic sometimes when I see him on the floor because I'm like, no, this can't be happening.
You know what it is? It's the way he defends as well. He's just so, I'm not going to say reckless, because I've seen reckless defenders, but he kind of throws a little bit of caution to the wind.
Yeah.
So like probably to his own detriment.
Yeah. It's like the way he lands, and then he'll do his knee or...
Yeah, he does the donkey work, innit? When it comes to defending.
That's just his style of defending. Like, he's just aggressive. He loves defending. Like, he throws himself at balls. I remember there was one ball that came in and he threw himself, I think, in front of Watkins. And he just like that only Bailly could do that. Only Bailly
can get away with that. Only Bailly can get away with that.
He's ridiculous. He's insane, man.
He is. All I'm saying is, when you're done with a match, just wrapping up in cotton wool, throw him in an ice bath,
Yeah.
let him heal, bro, until the next game.
That's me.
Well, what did you think of Bailly's performance from what you can see, and how do you rate him as a defender?
Yeah, no, he had a really good performance. Wouldn't say he's the best defender in the league. I think that's going a bit too far.
Wait, so where would you rank him? Where would you rank him on his day? Yeah, where would you
But
where would you rank him?
It's not just on his day. You have to rank it as like an overall package, no? Because any defender on their day can be top defenders.
I'm talking about a fit when he's fit. Like yesterday, he's fit. Where would you rank him?
No, but just because he's fit doesn't mean he performs well.
He does. That's Bailly. That's Bailly. If he's
It's
fit,
difficult. It's a difficult one because he's never gone on a consistent run to the point where you can say, obviously we know he can.
He hasn't been fit enough. That's why.
Obviously we know he can be. He's got the ability to do it, but he hasn't done it. You need to play Premier League game after Premier League game after game, you know. And if you can't do that, then it's kind of hard to put him on any sort of pedestal.
Yeah, because like there's actually a lot of top defenders in the league. Yeah, you got like Van Dijk, you got your Laportes.
He's better than Laporte.
I wouldn't agree with that.
I would.
There's
things that Bailly can do that Laporte can't do.
But then you've even got like a lot of defenders who are playing on form at the moment, like I'll say like underrated in inverted commas, like your Cody's or your Travorski's.
Bailly's better than Cody.
So no, I wouldn't say that.
I think it's whether he can do it week in, week out. Like I said, can he get on a consistent run?
Yeah, like we'll see how long he's fit for.
If he can, he's definitely up there, innit? But I can't make a judgment call based on one game, innit? I know what Bailly's capable of. He had a very good game against
Leeds as well. Come on.
Bailly's had a lot of very good games, innit? But
Leeds had loads of them.
It's in isolation, innit? Because it's like one game, then he gets injured. So it's just like I can't really judge it until I've seen him do it over the course of the season, innit? You know, and the people that Boaz named, Cody, Van Dijk, they've done it over the course of the season, and it's made a difference for their teams. So I can't just say because Bailly's won us the match, it automatically makes him the best defender in the league.
But he had a good game for sure.
He's done that a few times for United. He's done that a few times.
So every United fan knows what he can do, innit? I've never contested what he can't or can do, innit? But it's whether he can do it all the time, innit? And God willing, he stays fit, innit? So then Richard can come back to me at the end of the season and tell me how Bailly's the best defender in the league.
Well, most likely he won't stay fit.
What it is that, you know, that for example, you're playing against a team like PSG, you're playing against some of the most world-class ballers in the league. The one player you'll trust the first defender you'd put in your team to play against them kind of players would be Bailly. So I'm just like, you got to put him up there. If I had Cody and Tarkowski and Soyuncu and Van Dijk in my team as well, I still think Bailly would be my number one, my go-to player against the best players in the league, the best players in the world. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll tell you one person who's glad they have Bailly back is Maguire.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he looks like Cannavaro against Bailly.
Literally, like I said, Bailly does all the donkey work, so he can just sweep it up. But I've always said this: Maguire will be better if you put pace around him to hide his deficiencies. That's it. You know, we all know he's not levels like that. I would say maybe arguably he's one of England's best defenders, but for me that doesn't really say much because the quality is poor, in my opinion, as compared to what it used to be anyway. But yeah, if you put Maguire and someone with pace, then I feel as if, you know, it's a good they complement each other well. So hopefully they can generate a partnership. I know Lindelof's injured, but barring any injuries, I think you should keep it as Maguire and Bailly. So hopefully,
that's the partnership you need to go to take it to a league title or something like that. Until we buy someone, then that's the best you're gonna get.
Yeah. All right. Who else stood out for you, Richard? In the game.
In that game.
Who else? Yeah, who
United
were
side
you
or
impressed?
just in the game in general?
I'll just go with United side because I'm not really interested in Aston Villa. There's only one person I'm interested in, but he plays for Aston Villa, so we'll stick with
For
United.
me, Luke Shaw.
Yeah, good game.
For
Got
me,
forward a lot as
Luke
well.
Shaw
Few
got
crosses.
forward. Like the amount of times he went forward yesterday, I think even people saying, "Oh yeah, Grealish had the most chances. He created the most chances in that game." He created the same amount of chances as Shaw did. 4 of them. Grealish created 4 chances in the whole game, and then people are applauding him. But Shaw created the same amount of chances as well. So hey, this is Shaw deserves some credit too. So
No, definitely. I think he's got the tellers in his head. I think now that he knows he's got genuine competition,
yeah,
he's playing out of his skin.
When you competition, you play better.
Definitely. So, yeah, hopefully you can carry that on. Anyone else that sticks out for you?
So Shaw, Wan-Bissaka as well. I think
Good cross for the goal. Decent cross for
that's
the
also
goal.
a competition thing. I think he heard about the Max Aaron's rumors, and he thought, all right, he needs to step up.
It's like it's time for me to show you why I'm Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna get forward and cross.
You see that? So actually, there was one better player that I appreciate from him because I get on him about the back post. There's one time I think is it Cash? No, Grealish. They put a cross in. I think it was Grealish. He put a cross in.
Oh, is that when he kicked it? We tried to
and
head
then, listen, that had the goal written all over it, and he managed to scoop that ball. I don't know. He must have tore. He could have tore a hamstring or something in there. He could have ripped his shorts.
Isn't it?
And
Spider-Man,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, he's so athletic. So we just like, why don't you do that more often?
Yeah. Hopefully,
he's capable of protecting that back post. So he deserves a shout out in that game. There's a few shout outs. I think even Martial had a decent game as well. So
I think the only people that had a good game,
apart from his goal, his all round play was really good.
He's back to goal. You see, Martial's back to goal. He's so underrated, man. People don't realize it because he's not scoring as consistently. But I'll say it again: he does the basic fundamentals really well, and he's really good at the half turn as well. So he can play back to goal and he can run at defenders.
That's right. Hey, the French connection between him and Pogba, at times.
Hey.
Bloody hell.
Sorry, boys. Were you going to say something when Richard
No, I was just going to say, I think the only people that performed well for Man United was probably Bailly, De Gea, Shaw, Bissaka, and Pogba.
Yeah? You don't think Martial played a decent game?
Particularly.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Rashford.
Martial did have a good game. He watched that game properly. Yeah.
I did watch the game properly. Obviously, he scored a goal and he had like a few chances, but like...
But he didn't miss any. He actually didn't miss any chances in that game.
But you'd expect better from a number 9.
I think he done his number 9 well. Number 9 worked well, to be fair.
I would have wanted a bit more if that was my striker.
No,
more like what? More goals?
Don't need to.
Like more chances, like.
No, I don't need to. Pogba had the chances. Rashford had some half chances where he could have done better, but I mean, there was some very good goalkeeping in that game as well from Martinez. Yeah,
I feel as if Gomez is reaching a little bit. He's reaching.
You're
reaching.
You're reaching.
I feel as if Martial had an okay game in it. He done.
No, I'm not saying he had a bad game, but I'm just saying like
bits well, wasn't it?
Didn't have a spectacular game.
Arguably he scored a number 9 goal as well. People always say, "Raw, he's not in the 6-yard box enough." Did well to get his head on it. So, with me, I feel as if once he gets his shooting boots on, sky's the limit for me, innit? You know, I wouldn't even mind. And the thing is, you could arguably say Martial wasn't really in it as you'd expect him to be, but sometimes number 9s don't need to be. I'd be happy if he wasn't in the game where he scores more goals.
Yeah.
So, but I was just saying he does the basic fundamentals right, and I feel as if when he's there, he's a good vocal point. But yeah, I mean, Rashford had a few chances as well, but you can't really say he had an amazing game.
I think out of the
dribbles.
Yeah, out of the rest of the team, Rashford wasn't up to scratch for the others, but
that's okay.
Not. It's okay though. It's okay. Not every player has to have the best game to win a game. For us to win a game,
that's why it's good to have a lot
Bruno,
of good players
like I
around
think
you.
Rashford probably had a better game than Bruno. I thought Bruno was really. I thought Bruno was pretty bad, but I'm just saying, don't need him.
Yeah.
I need to have a good game.
It's going back to it because that's why I'm happy that Pogba was arguably the best player and Martial scored, because if Bruno's having a bad game and Rashford having a bad game, then we've got other people that can step up, and that's what you need when you're a quote unquote title winning team.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Richard, all the ingredients are there.
You're dreaming, mate. You're dreaming. But
21 is coming. I'm telling you.
That's so funny because that's the next question I was going to ask you. Is number 21 coming to the OT?
See, 21 in 2021. Yeah, it makes sense.
Gosh. Here we go.
Makes sense.
Here we go with the theories.
Listen, it's there, and obviously with the whole Alex Ferguson. Well, we had his birthday. He had his birthday the other day.
You think it's just meant to be?
Just seeing him in the ground every game. I'm telling you, I've got a feeling there's something happening here, and especially at the end of the game when everybody was surrounded by you, that togetherness.
Yeah, I was happy. Yeah, man, that made me warm inside.
It gave me chills. It gave me some chills.
Good team harmony.
Something is definitely happening.
Something is happening. Hopefully, it can happen. But like I said, I'm not going to try and get too invested in it. Like the players say, like the managers say, I'm going to take it game by game, and then we'll just see what happens. One thing that I think might hinder us, though, if we are going for a league title, was the Europa.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't want us in the Europa,
Yeah, the thing is, for me to win the Europa, I was like, well, if we didn't seem like a team that's going to finish in the top 4, then I would be like, okay, well, this Europa is very important to us. Like, we should go out and win it. Right now, I feel like we're really gonna be in the top 4.
We already won Europa.
We already won it. We're gonna be in the top 4 anyway. So we could play Dan James, we could play Lingard, we could play Rojo, you can play all of them. Henderson,
Rojo, bloody hell,
they'll play in the rest of the Europa League games. We got a title to win.
Van der Beek will be the top scorer.
Mata
will be the top scorer by the time we're done.
Igalo before he goes. Cavani can play every game.
When's Igalo going, by the way?
I think it's end of Jan.
Yeah, he ain't going. Europa starts in February, bro.
Oh, it's in February. All right, then he's never playing again. He's never played again. He's never played for us again.
No, he's done out here. But we'll move on. Because I'm about to get sick of the Man United talk.
It's just always forever long. These topics are full.
We'll move to a team a little bit closer to home. Spurs.
Okay.
No, not there yet. Spurs beating Bielsa's Leeds 3-0. 100 goals for Heung-min Son.
Well done.
Really well. Had a really good game. Before I get to the match itself, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'll ask Boaz first. What tier do you think Son belongs to if you consider him world class?
Tier 4.
So obviously tier 4.
What's
tier 4?
Stupid like that.
You're funny. You're a funny guy. Joker. No pun intended. Obviously.
But yeah. I think Son's world class. Like he has quality. Like he's got the physical attributes, has pace, has really good finishing skills. But not only that, he's an intelligent player. He has his awareness, has his head up on a swivel, always looking at options. Has a really good relationship with Kane, which I think helps as well. But he has that striker's instinct and being in the right place at the right time.
Definitely. Good runs.
Like the first goal he scored, which was like assisted by Kane. That's like
it was the first goal.
Was that the first one?
The first goal he scored. I think the first goal was the penalty.
Oh yeah, the first one was a penalty, but the first one he scored.
Okay,
like he got in between two defenders. They had a head start on him anyway, and he he had the desire to get the ball. So now he's definitely world class. And I think anyone that doesn't say that is a hater.
Yeah, I don't think there's many Son haters in here for sure.
He's the nicest guy in the world, mate.
Yeah. So Richard, you concur with Boaz? And is there anything you need to add? Like, what do you think of when you think of Heung-min Son?
Sonaldo.
Sonaldo. Hey, that's copyright infringement. You can't say that on here.
All right, no, I'm
You
not
gotta come
gonna
up with your own material, mate.
I see it everywhere. Anyway,
no.
yeah, no, Son is he's world class. He's a world class player.
Definitely.
And for me, yeah, I feel like with him, he's at his peak right now. I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine him getting any better than he is right now. So I would say he's at his peak. So we're seeing the best of him at the moment.
Definitely.
So yeah, it's I don't know. It's a funny one. I'm just trying to picture where he would go from here. I think he could probably he might just stay at Spurs for a long career while he's
and
there.
Then maybe go abroad, maybe
he could go to a bigger team.
Or do you feel as if he'll stay in Europe if he does leave Spurs?
Stay in Europe, I think he will stay in Europe.
Okay.
But I think him and Kane, I think it's their package. I feel like if he was to go somewhere,
they come together.
If he was to go somewhere else, they come together.
Yeah. No, we gotta give some more credit than that. I think he'll do well, even if he left.
Yeah.
He's a BFF, Kane. But we'll go to another world-class player in who's my voice in Kane. What did you think of his performance? And yeah, who would you compare him to in terms of Premier League great strikers?
Mate, there's only one name.
Obviously,
he
gets
that comes to mind. Yeah.
Oh, please. Let me hear it.
Rudy.
What makes you say that?
Mate, it's just the way he drops in deep, bruv, and he knows how to pick a pass. Like,
I think he did a lot of that because I was listening to BT Sport. They were saying, I think Genius was saying he did a lot of that when he was younger. And then when he broke into the Spurs team, or when he started banging for Spurs, he was a lot more of a, I'm not going to say a fox in the box because he's more than that, but it was a lot more of a poacher. But now he's almost like he's gone back to his roots. He's still scoring goals, don't get me wrong, but like you said, he's dropping deep and he's almost playing as like a number 10 or...
Yeah, because he's got this hunger to win a ball back, to tackle. He could spray passes. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It just reminds me of Rooney.
Yeah. What do you think, Boaz? Would you say, if you could compare him to the Premier League strikers, so you've got strikers like Alan Shearer, Teddy Sheringham, dare I say Henry? I won't say Henry because that's disrespecting Henry, man. He was in his own world, but yeah, if we stick to like the English great strikers of the Premier League eras, where would Harry Kane rank for you?
I guess I can see where Rich is coming from in terms of similarity to Rooney, but I don't really think Rooney is like the top English striker. I guess like the top English striker.
He is England's best striker.
Stats wise,
England's leading
the stats.
Is it what in the Premier League or like for like the national team?
For the national team, and he's
national
also
team as well.
Man United's highest ever goal scorer.
Because doesn't Alan Shearer have really good stats in terms of scoring goals?
Yeah, Alan Shearer has wicked stats, but
yeah,
in terms of Premier League.
But Rooney wasn't always an out-and-out striker, though.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about Rooney, he was very, what's the word, unselfish.
Yeah.
Especially when Ronaldo was there, because you'd have games where he played like left wing, right wing, midfield.
That's the thing. Like this Son and Kane partnership is like Rooney and Ronaldo.
To me, I didn't even think of him as like, I thought of him as a number 9, but maybe more so a 9.5. Because he wasn't like an out-and-out striker. but
Exactly.
he could score goals. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like really was very versatile. And you can definitely see that from his play. Like he was playing not recent. I mean, playing not long ago for Derby, where he was playing in midfield, and you could definitely see
Yeah.
like his ability to pick out a pass.
Even for
So you
United,
could definitely see that in Kane as well.
Yeah.
But no, like I think I'll definitely put him in the same bracket as Alan Shearer. Like I think Alan Shearer did score more goals than Wayne Rooney in his career.
Yeah.
And like I think Kane definitely has the ability to do that as well.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of misconception when you kind of like compare like Kane to Alan Shearer. Maybe in terms of goals, it's a lot more comparable. But I think in terms of like player for player, they were very different. I think
Yeah, no, of course.
Alan Shearer was a very traditional number 9. Like he did what it says on the tin. He scores goals.
yeah.
I think Harry Kane can score goals. He can provide goals. So I think he's a little bit in between, maybe, with that.
Yeah, but I definitely think he's a better player than Rooney for sure, 100%.
Who?
You think he's a better
Kane.
player than Rooney? I
Harry
don't
Kane.
think so.
Harry Kane's a
Ability-wise,
better player than Rooney.
Harry Kane's a better
Ability
player.
wise,
what about
A better
ability-wise?
striker or a better player?
a better player.
Player.
Better player. He's not a better
Yeah.
player than Rooney.
Yes, he is.
Rooney's
not a
better.
better player than
Rooney's a better
Rooney.
player. Rooney's a better player.
Rooney's
No,
a
I
much better
definitely
player
think.
than Kane.
Harry
No, I definitely
Kane's a
think it's
better
Kane.
striker.
Harry Kane's a better striker, but
You know what you
Rooney
need to do,
always a
Boaz?
better player.
You need to watch tapes of Rooney from 2005 to
I told you,
2009.
one of the most
No,
underrated players.
Rooney from 2009 to 2005 to 2009, unplayable, mate. I'm telling you,
think about
do
it. So
everything,
like
mate.
Rooney played what, like 500 games altogether, both for Everton and Man United, and scored what, 200 goals. Kane's played about half that many games.
That's why we said he's a better
Yeah,
striker.
he's a better striker, isn't he, Boaz?
No, but
Talk
like
about player.
even if you think about assists, which Kane has better assists.
You're not convincing me that
I don't
Kane's a
think
better
so.
player than
I don't
Rooney,
think
mate.
so.
I would
Like,
agree
I
with
don't think so.
striker. He's a better striker, but in terms of
Listen,
ability, Rooney.
but
what?
remember,
So how
Boaz,
comes Kane has more assists then?
Listen, remember,
Make it make sense then.
look at the team that
What
we had.
now?
We had a team with Tevez, Berbatov, Ronaldo. We had so many players, that gave assists too. Yeah, Tottenham only have Kane. Yeah, only
That's
Kane
it.
and Son.
It's only Son to Kane, Kane to Son.
It's only
But
Kane
it
to
just
Son.
it
See how many
Finger on
goals
the
we have in
chest.
that team, and look at what
Contextualize it, as I like to say.
he was doing in that team.
Contextualize it, as I like to say.
no, but like it goes to show what Kane is capable of doing. Like Kane could just be like your typical striker who just stays up there, but now like he does more to the team and is the outlet.
He wouldn't.
Like they have.
He wouldn't be
You
this
say the
good
case for Rooney as well.
if he had a Bale, like a Bale from a couple years ago in his team. There wouldn't be so much onus on Kane to give them assists to Son.
I can't be asked to have
There'll
this.
around. There'll be
I
other
can't be
players
asked to
around.
have this argument, but Kane's just a better player than Rooney.
He is not. You're chatting out your ass, mate.
No, I haven't. No, I'm not.
Okay, we'll get
And
away
Kane's
from
only just
Rooney.
started. Kane's got so much more years in him
That's
to
fine,
be able to
guys.
score more goals and to have more assists.
We'll agree to disagree with that one. We'll put them as a tandem now, because obviously they were talking about on BT Sport yesterday about strike partnerships, and obviously you got Drogba and Lampard that were a really good strike partnership or a good partnership. Where would you put Son and Kane as a partnership? Because I forgot the stat. I think let me check.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was second to, is it Shearer?
Shearer and Sutton, I think.
Shearer and Sutton, right?
Yeah, Shearer and Sutton, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got really good numbers. So where would you rate them, Boaz?
Yeah, I'll probably say they're top. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I think they're second. I think they've got 2 less goals or something, and by the end of the season, they're probably going to catch that and surpass it.
So
But I think they're probably I think they're
30.
probably one of the best partnerships in the Premier League for sure, and in Premier League history as well. I think the sky's the limit between them two. Like,
Better than Drogba and Lampard?
yeah, the link-up play that they have is like unbelievable. Like, they already know where each player is going to be, what position they're in, and they're selfless as well. Like, Son, once he scored his goal, will like be selfless, and even if he has a chance to score himself, he'll give it to Kane. And likewise, like I think they're both in it for Tottenham rather than for themselves.
Yeah, they can both.
Not sure about
Well, I
that
mean,
one.
maybe Kane's a little bit more selfish, but that's understandable.
No, yeah, because he's a striker.
But
So
they definitely have a good telepathy because I think Son even said it. He said once Kane makes that turn, he's making the run because he knows he's going to find them.
Yeah.
So they've obviously got a good connection. So the level on goals and assists or whatever with Shearer and Sutton. So
Yeah, and it's
they've got to clear them. So look how young they are as well. So yeah, they're really good.
I mean, yeah, the numbers don't lie, do they? So, but
So
for me, my
Arsenal,
favorite partnership will always be Cole and York. Yeah,
Cole and York.
There's some partnerships, yeah,
nostalgia
over the Premier League history that deserved so much more goals and assists because I feel like they were better than Kane and Son, but they just didn't have the numbers to match.
Yeah, that's the only
Even
thing.
Drogba and Lampard, I feel like they should have deserved a bit more numbers.
nah, like Lampard and Drogba was
No, Drogba and Lampard are out there. Aren't they,
they're a
both?
really good partnership. No, they had
What's
it
their
all.
numbers? Do you know?
Not at the top of my
They're
head,
up there,
but I
aren't they?
don't think it's that far
They're
away.
definitely up there. Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be like 10 or something in
Yeah, 'cause-
their top season.
Yeah. Good numbers.
But no, they had a really good career. And yeah, they did wonders for each other.
Rooney, Ronaldo.
Lampard's a baller. I think people underrate the baller that Lampard is. I'm sure if he put his boots on, he'll still do it.
Yeah, I ain't doubting you on that one, but yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah, I said I'm not
I don't
doubting.
know what happened to that connection now. Sorry, where were we?
Just saying that Lampard's still a baller. Like I'm sure if he put his boots on now for Chelsea, he'll still be doing bits.
Chelsea could use a Lampard right now, boy. The way they're going. But yeah, nah. So
player manager, not gonna lie.
Maybe, but we'll finally get into the game itself. Sticking to Spurs Leeds. Richard, what did you think of the game from what you saw? Obviously, Leeds started brightly, but Tottenham played their game to a T.
I feel like it was a kind of game that obviously suited Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leeds are a team that suits Tottenham. It's just like Man United as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously our priority is the counter attack. So and Leeds are very open like that. So I feel like this is a
tailor-made for them, isn't it?
Game for Kane and Son, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they'll pick you apart if you're Leeds. And the thing is, Leeds defending is atrocious.
Yeah,
like, it is shocking sometimes. I think they've conceded the most goals in the league.
Yeah,
so,
I think Mourinho even alluded to it. He said they do a man-for-man marking system, so it'd be difficult if they were static, but if they're moving, then we can make it difficult for them.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. Boaz, do you share Richard's sentiments? How the game went?
Yeah, like the way Pesela plays, he gambles. Bielsa. He gambles, and that's the way it's done. But Mourinho got his tactics right. Like they play the high press. They like to play from the back, and the passes just weren't doing it from the defense at Leeds. And Harry Winks had a really good game. Was intercepting balls. And just made it tick for them. So Leeds were just poor in the game, but it just goes to show the tactics which Mourinho had. Mourinho played his cards right. I don't say that very often.
I don't think it was a hard game for a teams like Man United and Tottenham. I think, if you end up losing the game like that to Leeds, and then you deserve a lot of stick because your players are so good enough to really score so many goals past them.
Yeah. Do you think Leeds will stay up?
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah,
but I think they're going to struggle against big teams because of the risk that they play and the style of football that they have. But I think against their similar teams,
Mid-table teams.
Like
Yeah.
it'll be a high-scoring game. It'll be like a 3-2, 4-3 sort of affair, but they'll
It's
score more
great for
goals.
the neutral. It's great for the neutral, but yeah, if you're looking to go to that next level, you might have to show a little bit more because it's not like the Championship where you can almost get away with that. Once these teams with genuine quality hit you, then yeah, there's not really much else you can do about it.
I think once Leeds stay in the league for a bit, get a bit more money and like probably buy a bit more better defense.
Yeah,
it could work.
I'd like to think so. But then, to be fair, I know a lot of their central defenders are injured as well. So hopefully, once they get fit, then
I think they want to get Tomori on loan, which I think might be a good move for both of them. To be fair,
I don't understand why Tomori hasn't had games. I know Thiago
it's a
Silva's
shame.
been...
I think the way. Well, I guess we'll move on to Chelsea at some point.
How did
but
you just jump to Tomori?
Because Tomori might be going to Leeds on loan.
Is it?
It'll be good for him. It'll be good. It'll be good for him.
It'll be good for both of them. He's a really good baller. He's a really good defender. Has pace. Has really good intelligence of the game. But yeah, he just doesn't get a foot in at Chelsea. Unfortunately, he's just below the pecking order of Zuma and Christensen,
which is a shame. It's a shame, but yeah, hopefully he can go out and get his football and then come back.
But no, he's going to be a top footballer. Give him like 2-3 more years.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But we'll move on to the next game.
Wait, about Leeds. One more thing about Leeds, yeah.
Go on.
Wait, how did this team get so much credit when they play badly? Like, I don't know if anyone's noticed.
Because it's the Bielsa.
I don't know if anyone's
noticed. The Bielsa.
They Leeds get so much credit. I don't hear anyone.
Because they play really good football, Richard. Haven't you seen them?
I have seen them, but I'm like, if I was a Leeds fan, I would be a bit worried. I'm very worried.
I'll be like, I'm glad my team.
I'm not worried.
Play my the Bielsa way.
I wouldn't be worried if I was a Leeds fan.
Yeah, sometimes you'd be a Leeds fan, you'd be watching a game, yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, how many goals is this team gonna score? Because if you watch that Tottenham game, Tottenham could have scored about 7, innit?
Just look at the chances, yeah. I hear what you're saying, Richard. As a Leeds fan, you just don't know what to expect, so it's probably very stressful for them. But when it does work, it really works. So yeah, I guess it's just one of those things, and you just have to accept. Like I said, it's Bielsa's way, and he only has that way. He has one way, so just have to put up or shut up, I guess. So now we'll move on to the next game. Unfortunately, we don't have any Arsenal fans, so we've got Richard as a stand-in. So he's gonna rep Arsenal.
Do I have anything Arsenal related in here?
You got Reg. You can just cover your Man United logo.
I think I've still got my Arsenal uniform, my Arsenal tie in here somewhere.
That's all right. We don't want to see that. That's fine. You have to go that far. But Arsenal beating West Brom 4-0, convincing win, really good performance. The youth shining again. Kieran Tierney showing his worth. I think when it started snowing, I feel like his powers were unlocked.
Yeah, I told you the Scotsman in there. I tell you, it's because he's Scottish. Yeah, that man live for snow. They live for the cold.
When I saw him training or warming up with his shirt and t-shirt, I was like, this guy is ready for war. I'm not even going to try F with him. And I think the West Brom defenders thought the same, because when he cut onto his right foot and he whipped it in that corner, I was like, wow, I can tell it's going to be that kind of game.
It's that hunger. I think it's that.
Yeah, he had a really good game. Got an assist as well, I think. Did he get 1 or 2 assists? Can't remember. I think he got one assist. I think he won assist.
1 goal, 1 assist.
Yeah, for Lacazette, right? I think it was the 4th goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, no. How would you rate his performance, lads?
Yeah, like Tierney played really well. Like he started off with something to prove. I think Arteta changed it up a little bit. Like obviously him and Saka will be playing on the same side, and this game they changed sides, or they're on different sides, and it gave Arsenal a bit more balance. But like Tierney had a really good game, had a lot of space to run into. Defensively was solid, offensively was good as well. So now he's been playing well this whole season, to be fair, and I think it kind of just topped off his this season so far. So yeah, had a good performance, had a good game.
Is it time for
Probably
Robertson
one
to
of
come
Arsenal's
outside?
best players. Pardon?
Is it time for Robertson to come outside, or is that a little bit premature?
Obviously there's quite a few good left backs in the league.
Yeah, I'm messing around. I didn't mean that, by the way. I didn't mean that.
Like you got Tierney, Robertson, Chilwell, Shaw,
Yeah.
Tellers.
You mentioned my guy Shaw.
You mentioned how
No,
many?
but Shaw's
How many
actually
United players did you mention there? Jeez. All right, mate.
Shaw's had a really good season. You know what? I'll take Tellers out because I don't think Tellers has been that great.
He's
But
not there yet.
Shaw's had a really good run recently, to be fair.
He's only had like 5 games. What's going on?
But now Chilwell's dropping in form recently, but that's besides the point.
I think that's more a
but
team
no,
thing than the Chilwell thing.
I would say Shaw's better than Chilwell right now. So yes. Now talking about Tierney, Tierney had a good game.
I don't think Chilwell's
Tierney.
better. I mean, I don't think Shaw's better than Chilwell.
Yes, he is. The only thing Chilwell knows to do better is know how to shoot.
All right, guys, let's try to stick to the Arsenal left back. we can get into this off it.
Tierney had a good game.
Tierney.
Do you think Tierney? Sorry, Richard, to cut you off. Do you think Tierney? Because I've got another question I'd love to ask. Do you think Tierney is a future Arsenal captain? Can he be a future Arsenal captain? To me, it feels like he's got a good mentality.
Yeah, I think so. What do
you think, guys? Yeah,
like, what other candidates for captain do Arsenal have?
To be fair, there's not a lot. There's not a lot.
Partey. Well, Partey due to experience, isn't it?
I don't even think Partey is capable of being captain at Arsenal.
Why not?
He's not even been there. He's not even been there long enough, to be fair. Even though Tierney.
But like, I think even if let's assume like hypothetically he's been there for like 3-4 years, I just don't think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he has the leadership capabilities. Like if you look at the game where he came off injured, albeit it wasn't his fault, he had an injury, but you would expect like your captain to just take it for the team, no?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the personality to be the captain. Maybe you could argue that point.
That's a good argument.
But I think Tierney gives his life to Arsenal. Like every game he gives it his all. And I think that's what you want from a captain.
Yeah,
Scottish guys, boy, they die hard.
Undroppable players in the Arsenal team, and that was Tierney and Saka for me.
I think even Saka could be a potential captain in the future.
Saka.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Saka's performance?
Maybe.
Saka's on fire.
Saka's amazing.
Yeah.
Saka's having some really good games.
Smith Rowe as well. Who else played? I don't think. No, Martinelli was on the bench.
Yeah,
Lacazette had a good game, surprisingly.
Lacazette had a good game. Yeah. Top scorer for Arsenal.
Right now, he's got what?
He is on form. Yeah. I think 5 and 3 actually.
Because he scored. He scored
2. He scored 2 yesterday.
And he scored
2 yesterday. He scored 1 against Brighton. Scored 1 against Chelsea. So that's 4. Is that 4 and 3, Richard? My maths is off today.
Because I think when he scored his first goal, that was 4 and 4 in it, and then he ended up scoring 2. So then it'll be like 5 and 4. But yeah, no, he's on fire, man. He's
in good form. You'd arguably say that he's Arsenal's best striker at the moment because Aubameyang couldn't buy a goal at this stage.
But Aubameyang's been played like in very random locations, like not random locations, but he's sometimes playing in the middle, sometimes playing on the left.
Yeah.
So,
but do you know what, Boaz? He's had chances in it where you'd say if that was Aubameyang last season, like regardless of where he's been playing, he's had chances. Like I remember one chance he had in the Brighton game, you'd say you should have put that away. I don't know if he had any clear-cut chances yesterday. Maybe not. But you'd arguably say if that was Aubameyang last season.
He used his right foot, but he shifted it to his left.
Yeah, and you'd say about an informing Aubameyang is burying that. So he's obviously suffering from a little bit of confidence in front of goal, and I think it's contagious. I think a lot of strikers have got the same sickness. But
yeah, but Lacazette's on fire at the moment.
You were drawing them out the other day.
No, like I only say surprisingly as
only scores penalties.
Yeah, but he does only score penalties.
Didn't score. Does he?
No, no.
Did Arsenal have
Both
penalty
missed
say,
goals
Richard?
this.
Aubameyang is their penalty taker.
That's what I'm saying. On
But
warranted
didn't he score the
criticism.
penalty?
Yeah, because Aubameyang went on.
Yeah, well, yeah. But no, yeah. So yeah, like I said, he's had a lot of chances this season and missed them all. But yeah, thankfully, I guess for Arsenal fans, he's actually bearing his chances that he's getting. So, but yeah, he had a good game. Arsenal
I think he
players had a
deserves
really
to
good
be
game that game actually. I think they're playing with confidence. I think the Chelsea game was their changing point.
Yeah,
I think
go on.
Sorry, Richard. I think the second goal exemplified that. I almost wanted to ask all Arsenal fans, is this your Arsenal? Is this Arteta ball? Do you finally have your Arsenal back? Because it was a really, really work goal.
I think it's a hard thing to say. It's hard thing to say when you're playing against West Brom and you're playing against Brighton.
I mean, West Brom have got a few good results. Like I said, they drew Liverpool last week. They drew Man City. Even when we beat them, it wasn't like a straightforward victory. I think it was a Bruno penalty as well. So West Brom are a very difficult team. So the fact that Arsenal went away from home and won so convincingly, you should give them a little bit of credit. I'm not going to discard it completely because they're actually carrying a bit of momentum now. So,
West Brom are a hard team to play against, especially when a top team's playing them. Like they play very defensive. They're quite solid at the back. Didn't quite show that in this game.
They
were actually quite open in this game, weren't they?
They underestimated Arsenal. That's what they did. They underestimated them. They thought.
I don't even think they underestimated them. I think they just
because they didn't come.
Weren't
They
performing
played
that well.
Big teams against Liverpool, United, Chelsea. They played very differently than against Arsenal. So
you know what? Because Sam, what did Big Sam say? There are relegation rivals.
Yeah, that's the thing. They underestimate them.
Maybe he genuinely believed that, which he thought, let's express ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
As if this is a real 6-pointer.
No, like the way I saw it when I was watching it, I think Sam Allardyce said to his team, like, okay, cool, like we know how to defend, but like let's see what we can do like going forwards. Because I've seen Pereira having a few chances. Gallagher was trying to get in there as well. I think he was just trying to just say to the team, like, let's see what you got. You got nothing to lose in this game. And that's kind of how I saw it. Because I think Sam Allardyce gets like a lot of stick for like being a really defensive person. And I think he's trying to change that. I think he is trying to be a bit more progressive, a bit more modern. And I think that balance just wasn't quite there.
He's trying, but listen, he hasn't got the tools at that West Brom team. They ain't got a striker.
No, they got some talent in there. Like Pereira had a really good game.
They ain't got no good strikers in there.
Enough talent to keep them up?
Nah. Maybe one really good West Brom player.
Could take more than one player to keep him up.
I like him. Pereira's not that good.
I like him. I like him.
He had that one flick. He had that one flick where he put the ball over the top for was it Grant?
Yeah,
and Grant it was a tame finish, man.
Even Gallagher's a decent baller, to be fair.
They got a few.
No man can score the ball in the Championship.
I think they could potentially, a really slim chance, they could stay up.
Stay up and do what? They're literally fighting for relegation. They won't give no one.
No, obviously they're fighting for relegation, but I think Sam Allardyce might be able to keep them up.
I don't think he is.
I think it'll be tight because obviously Sheffield United are going down 100%, but it'll be tight between West Brom, Fulham. Who else is there?
Fulham look more likely to stay up than West Brom at this point.
Yeah, they play better football.
I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, they do. But
I think it'll be out of Fulham.
I think they've got better players as well.
Yeah.
But I'm putting my money in West Brom. I'm sorry.
Sam Allardyce is probably the better manager out of him and Scott Parker, in my opinion.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to stay up.
Doesn't mean. Nah, sorry.
You don't need to play pretty football, though.
No, you don't. But West Brom aren't getting the results either. It'd be good if he was getting the results and not playing pretty football. They're barely getting the results because they lost against.
That's what you need.
No, but they're not really getting the results, are they? Because what they lost, I think his first game we lost against Aston Villa. I think they drew the game after. I forgot who it was. They got smashed by Leeds the other day. They got smashed by Arsenal. So
But
Big Sam
they've drawn
isn't
against.
really. You
Yeah,
can't say that Big Sam has come in
they
and he's revitalized West Brom. It might take some time, but so far, nothing has suggested that Big Sam has come in and he's going to keep West Brom up. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I'll disagree with that because okay, cool. They didn't perform too well against Leeds and Arsenal, but they drew against Man City. It was a tight match between
the Man
them
City
and
one
Newcastle.
was. I think the Man City game, Bilic was still the manager. I think that was his last game. I'd argue the Liverpool game was a good result last week, but
Yeah,
there's not been too many to make me say, okay, Big Sam's the guy to keep West Brom up. But I don't even know why we're talking about West Brom. I don't want to talk about West Brom.
Yeah,
I don't care for West Brom.
Let's give Arsenal some credit here because they played.
Do you know
no,
one person I want to
credit.
give?
They played well.
Some youth. They played some youth this time, and these youth they're playing out with proper
Without any fear.
ambition in it. Proper ambition out there.
Let's pay one player his due as well, Richard. Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
I just like his style. I like his style, man.
Do you know what I was doing? I was fishing through Twitter yesterday, and some people were saying "Baby Ozil."
Baby Ozil.
What do you think about that?
Hey, I like him, you know. He's wavy.
You go as far as saying "Baby Ozil," or does he still have a little bit of growing up to do?
Too early for that.
I'd love to have an Arsenal fan in here to tell me about Smith Rowe because I want to know more about this kid and what they thought of this kid before he got into the
I would like to
first
know a
team.
bit more about him as well because he's exciting as well. Like he's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good to watch.
Hopefully, when we get Carlos Romani in, they can tell me more about Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
Or Jeffrey.
For me, that second goal, Saka's goal, the whole build-up play to that, beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
And,
Remind me of the Arsenal goal.
He took that and laid it on the plate to Saka. Yeah, that's mad.
Arteta ball at its finest.
Yeah, I haven't seen a goal like that from Arsenal in years.
Yeah, but are you impressed with Smith Rowe from what you've seen?
Yeah, no, I had a good game. I think he's bringing his performance from Europe into the Premier League. I think Arteta, is just giving these youth players a chance, and they're proving them right. So hopefully they can start in their next game.
Yeah, hopefully William won't touch pitch like he did yesterday.
Because even when he came on, he was losing the ball.
He's a
curse. I don't understand.
He's a curse for that team.
Agent William doing his best to sabotage
he's
Arsenal.
sabotaging Arsenal.
Single-handedly sabotaging Arsenal. But that's enough about Arsenal. We're gonna move on to our final game. It was Sunday's evening fixture. Chelsea v Man City. I know Boaz is going to have quite a bit to say about this one, or at least I hope he does. Man City running out 3-1 winners. Pretty convincing victory, I must say. I mean, I'll say maybe the first 10 minutes, City weren't really in it. Chelsea were probing, but without really creating anything. And then City just woke up, and then the first goal went in, and then that was all she wrote. So I'll be a little bit fair to Boaz. I'll start with Richard. Let's let him just kind of comprise his thoughts. But Richard, from what you saw, what did you think of the game?
I mean, I was disappointed with Chelsea. Yeah.
How are you disappointed?
Yeah, because I really wanted this game to be a draw. I really didn't know what City to win this game and win it so easily. Like it was
getting up the table, man. Keep them away from them away from us.
Yeah, it was actually perfect from Chelsea. I'm like, come on, like seriously, you're letting them play like that? Are you serious?
City, though. At least they're gonna get 5-6-1.
City never played like that against Man United. They never played like that against us. So I thought Chelsea would do a lot better handling City than that. Because that was pathetic.
They had De Bruyne as the false nine, but at one point I thought Gundogan was a false nine, then Sterling was a false nine. It gave
Yeah.
me a headache, and I think the Chelsea fans
Hey.
caught that headache because they didn't know how to handle it. I mean, Braz, what
No,
did
they
you
were
think?
quite.
What went wrong for Chelsea today?
No, man. See, they played a really fluid game. I think the fact they didn't have a striker was actually quite difficult for Chelsea to comprehend where to go and how to defend and who was running in. Um, Man City played like quite a counter-attacking football. Like one thing which our defense kind of lacked was pace, especially on the wings. Like Asby had a really difficult time handling Foden.
Yeah,
And obviously we
really
have
good game.
Silva who doesn't have the pace that he once had. And Chilwell probably looked out of his depth, facing Sterling for most of the game. But it was quite fluid. So yeah, I think they just struggled like trying to keep up. Zuma had a decent game, to be fair. He just lacked the aggression that he normally had as well. But our defense just wasn't on it. I think we just weren't winning those balls that we needed to win. And that's the problem. So these things happen. Man City just exploited the weakness which Chelsea had in this game. I think if James was playing, it might have been slightly different. I think James might have been able to have that physical, athletic ability to combat Man City, which Asby probably doesn't have in his older age. But that's what football is. Like Chelsea just weren't up to it at the moment.
Boaz, the politician.
Wait.
No, but like I'm telling you now, like
This
Chelsea not
man
good
will
enough.
sit here and try to convince me that
Yeah.
there's nothing going on.
No,
Richard,
like I said, Chelsea didn't play well enough.
are
'Cause,
you
like,
buying what he's saying?
Even going forwards, we like
Yeah,
for the
true.
first half, especially like they lacked very little goals on target. We didn't really test Ederson. It wasn't until like the second half where Gilmore and Hudson came on. And I think the two positives in that game was Gilmore and Hudson performance. They played really well. Like Gilmore,
Why didn't he
he's still
start?
young.
Why did Lampard
Well,
drop him?
Hudson.
Yeah.
Hudson should have started, and I think he definitely proved Lampard wrong in coming on, scoring a goal as well. Because him coming on, he gave Chelsea that little bit of edge,
More
gave them
direct.
width, and was just like causing problems for the Man City defense.
Yeah, I feel as if it was really harsh, especially how he had such a good game when he came on against Arsenal last week. He had a good game at Villa. So for him just to kind of drop him to Ziyech, who's only just come back, I feel was a bit harsh. But to me, I just feel as if Lampard has his favourites and kind of set in his ways.
Yeah, I think Lampard's way out his depth here because he's definitely got an agenda. Because I mean, I love it as a United fan. I like it because
yeah, beautiful every minute of it.
For me, I know how much he wants when he will play Werner Havertz, even though they're playing bad. He's like, oh wait, this game they'll play good. No, this game they'll play good. I'm playing them this time. They're gonna pull up trees this week.
It's almost like when they come
let
back.
Let long may continue because
Yeah.
Hudson-Odoi is a baller. If I was any good manager, would play him more, and then you'll get more results out of this team as well. So I'm like,
I just feel as if he was getting into
I
feel as if he was getting into a little bit of form. So you just have to keep playing him, regardless of whether you have Ziyech back or not. You just stick with the players that are in form. You don't drop them because they have a bigger name. So I feel
like a half fit Ziyech is better than most players in the Premier League. Like
you gotta play.
Ziyech,
You gotta play players based on merit, not on what you think they could do or what you think they should be doing.
if you think about the ability which Ziyech has, he's not like a typical winger, which is like all about pace and all about that sort of play. What he is a really good playmaker. Like he can be very like unfit, but literally pick out a ball and give you that ball, really good at set pieces. So the logic I think that Lampard has is, okay, cool, he might not be fully fit, but like he'll be able to pick out a pass. And you did see that in his game. But the problem with Chelsea had was we had no player who was like making those runs. Like Werner was not being in a striker position. And that's a problem. But like Hudson-Odoi with a Werner in this state is probably the better option. But I can see why ZH started.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw ZH, sorry to cut you off, Richard, but when I saw ZH, Werner, and Pulisic, I was like, okay, this could be quite tasty. First time all three had played together, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's pretty much the forward line that most Chelsea fans have been calling for. So I was quite intrigued to see how they integrate together. Unfortunately, it didn't work. But yeah, for me, I'll just play Hudson-Odoi.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the
ZH
reason why it didn't work is like you've got three attacking players who are all lacking confidence, who are all lacking
You don't
fitness.
understand. Why are you playing Werner if he's lacking confidence?
Why don't you just take a leaf out of Arteta's book? Arteta's showing you that you drop certain players and you play players that have got a point to prove here, you get results.
But he has dropped Werner.
And then you put him back in.
Not enough.
I know, but Arteta dropped Lacazette for a game and then brought it back the next game.
Yeah, because he
Look
scored.
what he's done with Smith Rowe. Look what he's done.
No, he dropped him and then he brought him on and scored. Werner's not scoring.
Well, Werner's not scoring.
Look,
scoring. So
I think all it takes is one game.
He's had
I hear
he's
that.
had that.
Today was not the game. Today was not the game.
It's supposed to be
But
today.
we'll try again the next time.
The best thing Lampard could have done was to start maybe Ayer, Giroud, or Abraham. And then if the game's not going in your way or in your favour, then you could put in a Werner. But nothing has suggested that Werner is going to score a goal.
Yeah, because your best front three,
shot.
your best front three with Ziyech, Pulisic, Werner. That was your best. That's your best front three. That's the front three that you lot were depending on to be successful this season, isn't it?
Arguably, you can say Ziyech is
working.
Arguably, on paper, yeah, but arguably you can say Ziyech has just come back. Werner's not in form. Pulisic is getting back into form, but he can't do it by himself. So, what made me laugh the most is that you guys were still crossing. And I was just like, you do realise that Werner is not Giroud, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking, what kind of game? Because these guys are very mobile, innit? So you need to play the ball to feet.
I don't even think that's necessarily true. Like,
at least get more bodies in the box.
Well, I said this to you guys before, but like Liverpool don't have the typical number 9 format, but Robertson and Trent Arnold.
They have a system.
I know, but like, let me finish. But like, Trent Arnold and Robertson are probably one of the best crosses in terms of fullbacks. And put balls in the box, and you still have like your Firminos, your Salahs, your Mane's scoring goals. Okay, cool. You can say that Chelsea don't have the system right now, but that develops over time, right? Like Klopp didn't change things immediately. It took time. It took like 2 seasons before they formalized things.
You lot put pointless crosses in there, like actual pointless. That's one thing that Arsenal were doing for a while until like yesterday when they stopped it. They actually put crosses when they really needed to. Yeah.
One thing sorry, Richard, carry on.
No, go on, Ty.
One thing I'd give Klopp credit for is that he didn't come into that Liverpool team and he wasn't given like funds to the point where he could spend 200 million to reshape a team. It took him time.
How did he not spend that much money over that time, no?
Over the course, season over season.
As I said this before, this is 2 seasons worth of transfers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you feel as if Lampard is good enough to facilitate that? What was I going to say? Facilitate the evolution of Chelsea. Do you feel as if he can be a guy to create an ideology at Chelsea?
I'm not Lampard out. I think these things just take time. He's had a bit of bad fortune in terms of fitness and injuries, and then you also need to factor in the fact that transfers into a team take time to adjust and to fit and to mold.
Not always.
What do you mean not always?
No, not always.
Give me an example where it hasn't taken time for players to adjust.
Bruno Fernandes.
But that was one player that came in, whereas this time we've got like 8 players coming in. So it's a difference.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, well, look at our other transfers that we've come in. They've
come in. They've come in over time. Like this is a moment where in one transfer season you've had 8 different players coming in, and most of those players were intended to fit into a starting lineup.
Came into our team, he performed straight away. Maguire came in, performed straight away. They didn't need time.
But you also need to factor in that these players also came from the Premier League. So Chilwell's coming to the team and he's actually fitted in because he came from the Premier League. But you've had 8 different players which are coming in.
Bruno came from Portugal. What's your point?
One player which came in at one time. This is 8 players.
Sorry, Richard. They're not on Bruno levels anyway. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's cool.
They're not on Bruno level anyway, so it's fine. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's funny because last season didn't have enough players. Now they do. They have too many players. So
excuses.
However you want to paint it, it's fine, isn't it? Like to me, it just sounds like excuses. Like Lampard should definitely be doing better, regardless of whether players are not acclimatized to the league or not, or whatever. He should be definitely showing better. So I can't blame Chelsea fans for getting frustrated.
Yeah, they're not like they've had bad games. Like they've continued to have bad games. They've had good games. So like just because they have a bad game, then you want to use that excuse as an excuse. They've had good games. Werner's had good games.
It's just a bit of inconsistency. Like
good game.
You Man United fans are acting like you went 15th. Like
doesn't matter what league you come from. If you should be burying the chances that Werner have had.
Exactly.
It's got nothing to do with where you ply your trade. Yeah,
it's so true. Tell him again. Tyler.
You're acting like Martial didn't have inconsistencies. Like
you can keep going back to Martial.
Consistencies, but it's not that. It's not because he's adapting to the league or something.
It's fine because when that's all Chelsea.
He came to United, he sourced it in his first season.
Pretty sure he scored his first goal against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Look,
anyway,
Werner will probably still score more goals than Martial and did in his first season, but that's besides the point. But yeah, what's the next question, Taiwo?
Nah, it's fine. I think I'm pretty much done with Chelsea, man.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
It just goes to prove that Chelsea can't beat top teams. Like they really can't dominate a game against a big team.
Not a recent showing.
Really can't.
Do you think City? I mean, I know Richard. I know you're all for United winning the title and everything, but do you think City are up there, or they're still up there?
Yeah, and that's. I mean, I was hoping that today Chelsea would be like, okay, well, they will stop that. Because I know City have got 2 games in hand. I think, they had 2 games in hand. They've now just beaten Chelsea.
Yeah,
and you kind of rely on their big games to drop points, but sadly not. So yeah, they are still in the race. They are still in the shout. Unfortunately,
Chelsea had one job. They couldn't get that right. But
yeah, they had one job.
We digress. We move, man. Well, yeah, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this one up. Good showing up, or good show out, or good turnout. What is wrong with my words today? But yeah, Richard, we'll go on to the team of the week.
Yeah, so for me, in goal was between Martinez and De Gea for me.
If you had a choice between the two,
I'm going for De Gea.
Probably go for De Gea.
Since he won.
Fair.
I mean, there were some good Martinez saves. De Gea had pulled off a few good saves as well, so well done on him. I'll put Wan-Bissaka in right back.
Beautiful cross.
Martial. We definitely need more of that from Wan-Bissaka.
Beautiful cross for a beautiful diving header.
Yeah, I think it was an all-round good performance really from him. He was going forward quite a lot.
Definitely. Hopefully he can do more of that.
Well done on him. Bailly also goes in.
The Warrior.
Very good game. And then literally in the last 9 seconds of the game, won us the game.
Typical Bailly block, isn't it?
He won us the game.
Putting his life on the line.
Simply because of him. So deservedly go to the team. Next, I'll put Ogbonna for West Ham.
Yeah, good game. Solid.
He was solid. I think he's turning out to be one of one of the highlights of the season when it comes to defending. Him and Fofana, they've really shown the season.
Definitely.
So yeah, this week, Bonner was solid. Well, he was a brick wall. So yeah. He was in Tierney. We're going at left back.
Kieran Tierney. Don't be offended by my accent, guys. Sorry. Just comes out now.
Yeah, no, Tierney, he's amazing. One of the best.
You still there, Boaz?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What do you think of the back four so far?
Yeah, no comment so far. That's all right.
Yeah, clean.
All right, when Chelsea win, Boaz will be a lot more interactive. It's fine.
So Saka going into this team.
Of course. I think Arsenal fans will vouch for that.
Explanation, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the most Arsenal players inside a team.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Who would have thought it? What a lot can happen in a week, boy.
Trust me.
Crazy.
Saka, De Bruyne.
Mm-hmm. Good game.
Very
goal.
good game. Foden, another quality game.
We need to replay it. I'm pretty sure it was a no-look shot.
I'll have to watch that.
It looked like a no-look shot, and I was just like, raw. Because he beat Mendy at his near post.
Foden is sick. I'm not going to lie.
That's a good performance for Foden.
Good performance.
It's one of those games because he's so young, he's still coming up, and he managed to show up against Chelsea, innit? So,
but he's got the quality to do that. That's the thing, which is why I don't understand why Pep doesn't play him more.
Yeah,
he needs to play him more, man. Just keep playing him.
You have to keep playing him. He's good enough to play in these big games.
Exactly, he's got the quality, as you can see from tonight, or whenever this comes up.
And then I put Son in. Son will go on left. Good game, good goal, good link up with Kane. I wanted to put Eze. I wanted to put Eze for Crystal Palace in there because
that was a good goal. You know,
his goal.
That was a good goal, man.
It was a really good goal. Eze, he's because he came on the sub. I think Roy Hodgson was like, well, he wanted to keep on the bench and then obviously put him on to liven up the game if we weren't really going to plan. So came on early and
Well, Schlupp got injured, didn't it? So he had to come on, innit?
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes in. I wanted to put him in as well, but Kane goes up front and Lacazette. So it would.
Well, it's a 4-3-3.
It would be 4-4-2. I wanted to put Eze in. For me, it was Eze or Son. I could put Eze in. Eze or Son, but
I'll give it to Son.
You give it to Son, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll give it to Son.
Right then, so Son out on the left and then Kane and Lacazette.
I don't think Eze didn't even really start. I know I was using the same.
Yeah, I know you're like that. If you don't start,
yes. To be fair, he came on this first half, innit?
Yeah,
so
but okay,
might just edge it. But I'd say Son.
If there was a bench, then Eze will be on the Eze could be.
Oh, definitely. One thing I forgot to talk about, Boaz. Was that a penalty on? Was it Werner?
I think so.
It was a penalty. I think that might have been soft. It was almost similar to, was it the penalty that Tottenham got?
That was
Yeah, a little bit similar to that.
Yeah.
In this day and age, that's a penalty. But it's what
you would say so. Yeah, I was quite surprised the ref didn't even go to VAR for that.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like 2 seasons ago, okay, cool, it wouldn't be a penalty, but I've been seeing that given literally all season.
Literally.
If this was Man United, it would have been a penalty, and Bruno would have scored it.
Hey, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I love, Richard?
Go on.
All the rival fans hate on United.
Yeah, I missed it.
It's not hate on Man. This isn't even hate.
Yeah, it's like
every rival fan used to come at us. And say, right, like you guys got this decision, you got that. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Listen, if we got all these decisions and we were sitting down in 15th, no one would care.
Bro, that's like when that compilation video came out of all the penalties we won. I was like, inject it in me.
Yeah,
let's
go.
Give me more. Give me more penalties. Give me more.
We need more of them. We definitely more of them.
We're gonna win the game. Give me more. Literally. So
listen, if you lot are keep getting on to us about penalties, stop fouling us then. Stop fouling us in the box. Just as simple as that.
Hey, that's what I got. Hey, it made me laugh because I saw one video. Even that video I was talking about the penalties, and they were cussing Bruno. It wasn't even Bruno taking all the penalties.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like if you're gonna make a point, at least be accurate. At least be accurate with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll wrap this one up and call it a day or a night because we've got stuff to do. Or we don't because lockdown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, make sure to follow us on all the socials. That's at the Brothers Chats on Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube. So if you type in the Brothers Chat, you will find us. We'll have this up on there as well if you want to have a look at our ugly mugs. And yeah, just make sure to subscribe. All right, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. Peace out.
Bruno.